bizarre lore teams work in any capacity. I think there's so few teams that are just unrecommendable, and there's always some dirt to be discovered or found. This game rewards lab work like crazy, and the rule set that we're playing, NRS Pro Comp rules, makes space for the game design to shine. We can switch cameos even if the opponent wins, even if we win if the opponent changes characters, and I love that rule. Hopefully we see it play out in some of our pools matches, and if not, maybe later on in the top 192, top 8. I forgot to address the players coming up, but it's Semi-Eagle Ryu rocking the closest thing to a Shoto in Mortal Kombat with Sub-Zero.
I was just going to say that, yeah, that is definitely one of the Shotos. But we are going to block that Frost mix on iEDEITY, who is using the Shao Frost.
Yeah, we can call it Frost mix because that is a low combo, advanced and creeping ice they call it. It's Frost low, freeze combo starter, and Shao only has strings that have second or third hit overheads, so he is greatly benefited from having a low to use with a cameo. That's why you'll see him with Lao as well. This Frost team has a lot of great utility too. The neutral Frost cameo is an attack that just pushes the opponent away from Shao and leaves him +4 in the ideal range for a stand 2. He loves hanging out in stand 2 range. He just won it right there. And Semi-Eagle Ryu had iEDEITY run right into a Lao hat and confirmed off of it with preparedness. Comboing up the dive kick as well as Semi-Eagle Ryu. He's going to be left with about a little bit less than a throw's worth of life. One for the Lao hat instead and can kill off this.
Yes. Indeed. One thing wanted to point out with Sub-Zero and Kung Lao, Semi-Eagle Ryu doing a really excellent job of just playing like patient, whereas iEDEITY, like he's trying to call out that Kung Lao hat, but is having a little bit of trouble. No punish off of the whiffed overhead. That is a block, but we do get the armored launcher. Now we're going to summon back our axe, though.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Actually, definitely meant to use axe swing, but didn't remember that the axe was down while using the string. There's very little utility for axe callback. You try to just master the timing of it coming back on its own, or use the axe pickup, which is a really good armor move that's plus on block. There's back two. Speaking of plus on block and pick confirm on hit, great corner carry as well, but a big, costly, and punishable drop adequately serviced by Semi-Eagle Ryu. Going to be about a one Lao hat setup, and
I think that was an attempt to hold. Now this could be the drop combo, but we do get the double launcher. Breaker so late in the game. Semi-Eagle Ryu wants to try to win it here. Has just one more mix to try to get it. Blocks the axe, goes for the grab, and we're getting the Kung Lao forward throw to finish off the round.
Yeah, no more Ip Man brutality on that one.
Unfortunately, we gotta unlock the actual character levels to get all of the cool Brutos.
Yeah, listen up, gaming generation. We got a lot of grinding to do. I'm open 7 days a week to grind MK1. I'll play Invasion mode for you. Don't worry about it. No, I'm kidding. NRS, how about you give it to us? Please, help me out.
This is a good launcher, though. A different start than what we saw from the last game. iEDEITY actually trying to be the more aggressor in this opportunity. Does try to get the whiff punish, but unfortunately, Semi-Eagle Ryu had the Kung Lao hat to cover, and then on top of that was able to get the jump in to avoid the launcher.
Wow, great choice of the disjointed weapon normal to swing through Ice Clone. Gives iEDEITY a chance to work with this life lead. This is going to be a big tide shift here, though, for Semi-Eagle Ryu. We'll be able to reach the corner and probably set up Lao hat if anything has been indicated by the past. Shao's got so much life.
Ooh, that's a frost. And that should be it. Yes, it is for iEDEITY to take this first round with that frost freeze.
Yeah, improvised explosive deity. At full meter, too. Didn't have to spend a thing winning that. I like the down one check from iEDEITY. It actually succeeds in keeping Semi Reaver off after the cameo Lao summon. Normally there's a good turn steal there for Sub sliding in with Lao hat for covering fire.
A really good smart decision to use the armored launcher to not only eat through the ice clone, but try to launch. Now we have this overhead that's technically like a projectile through the full screen.
You know, it's also, it's overhead and low if you are on top of the axe. If you're away from the axe, it's just low. It's pretty interesting. Shout out to Earthshaker from Injustice 1, Where is Doomsday? A little bit of an upload.
Ooh, I like that there. Once again, using that armor launcher, I feel like that's what makes, despite it being such a high move, that's one of the things that makes Shao's armored move so good, because it launches you, and it has enough armor for him to actually continue through with the combo. So that was actually really smart reactive thinking there from iEDEITY. You can see that Ryu is definitely trying to think a little bit twice on some of the instances that were happening in that last round. Yeah. Especially in that last match. And once again, we got the cross freeze.
It's a great move to just throw out. Honestly, especially when an opponent is starting to get comfortable throwing projectiles from the mid or long range, well-timed Frost, creeping ice snipe is the most rewarding thing you can get. And for Shao, that's a combo from full screen, off of which he can remove his axe and go axeless, which really is the key to solving your opponents, overwhelming them in a lot of matchups.
Yeah, when we talk about win condition, with Shao not having the axe, he's just plus on a lot of his strings. But right now, Semi-Even Ryu is trying to keep control of this corner, just losing it. And going back to some of the mid-screen, we have a throw. We're going to use that forward throw to try to keep iEDEITY inside that corner.
Great anti-air. Yeah, you like to see the stand one, keeping it resourceless as well. More likely to spend something here, I think. Looking for a Lao hat setup at the end, no doubt. He's got so much Lao meter to use. No, he went for damage, but a throw will kill now. And that's why he went for it.
No! Good thing there was the breaker. It was a very high-risk throw with that coverage. We're going to try to get the freeze. We got it! But the breaker from iEDEITY is going to stop that.
I love that projectile. Of course, we remember in the beta it had a little bit better frame data, but it's still in mid. You can still space it out very well to be not so disadvantageous. This could be an all-corner round from Semi-Even Ryu. You see, he's backing up so it's not overextend and not get jumped over, taking turns with Lao Hat on his terms.
He's covering also, too, with that Ice Clone, but we do have the anti-air with a nice launcher as well. No axe setup, though.
Yeah, or rather an axeless setup. A get rid of the axe setup.
Ice Clone once again out. The Kung Lao hat covering the landing on the armored launcher. What an anti-air, but no hit confirm. We're going to go for another Ice Clone in full screen. We got the Ice Freeze again, but not close enough.
There is time to get the buff up and then get a back two or a jump in, but it's very strict. I'm impressed that iEDEITY went for it, but he's contending with a very difficult situation now. Fully confirmed combo, no breaker insight. That is a round for Semi-Even Ryu. Another game, in fact. And one more of those will end the set, moving for winners. This is that chance now for the cameo switches. We'll see. Nope. No such thing, and that is fine. You use your best weapons in a set. You can only play one team at once.
I really do think iEDEITY has the right ideas with Frost. It's just a matter of capitalizing, especially on the freeze side of things, and then getting those hit confirms. Right now, Semi-Even Ryu has been ahead for those hit confirms. Versus iEDEITY, who's been kind of struggling to get them. We have that dirty Kung Lao setup where it's that low into the overhead. Yep, very much also an armor breaker, and iEDEITY has been using a lot of armor. There's it getting broken right on cue as I begin to talk about it. And while Semi-Even Ryu is using a lot of resources, the cameo bar is full. That's really all you need is Kung Lao. He's a self-sustaining engine. We're not sponsored by Toyota, but my God, he's the Toyota Camry of fighting game cameos. The Lao hat comes back so fast. If you need a reversal, he's got it on forward spin. If you want to hit confirm, off of which you can switch sides, Kung Lao still has it on forward cameo spin. He's got everything you need. Yeah, despite some subtle changes on Kung Lao's cameo's timing, especially when it comes to the recharge and the actual usage rate, it is still a very solid cameo to rely on in some of these instances, but thankfully comes in clutch. But iEDEITY continues the pressure, able to release the axe. And now we are axeless Shao, ready to start. We got the command grab, and we're going to keep that corner. Yeah, it's EX as well. 5% extra damage. Pressed 2 a little too early, too early, and then dropped the punish in doing so. I know how that feels. Unfortunately, the stand 2 punish isn't really the best route anyway, because it makes you spend meter. If you launch with Shao with 1-2 or forward 1-2-2, you can immediately meterlessly launch them and stay ahead in resources, which is the key to winning in this game, where breaker is so valuable. Trying to go for that full screen. The whiff grab, but no full punish. Both of them trying to trade these down once, but we got the slide. One more mix. There goes the grab, and that is it. 2 straight grab closeouts for Semi-Even Ryu. I like the repetition, you know, maybe someone who's watching in the crowd. Pretty big crowd here, even for early round pools matches, by the way. And not to mention all the people on the right out of frame who are also watching. Any of those people who might be playing Semi-Even Ryu later, take note, okay? He likes to close out with throws. 1000%. One thing, too, that you mentioned about throws, this game encourages so many either micro ducks or throw game itself.
Yep.
The throw tech window in this game is actually way more strict than I feel like even MK11 and MKX.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you know, you still have that guessing game. Is it a forward throw? Is it a back throw? And then more than anything is just trying to deduce, okay, what are you going for? Especially with a character like Sub-Zero, who his whole game plan is you're either going for his low, for his overhead, and